Spiritual legacy. What will you and your business leave behind? What will be left behind if your business doesn't exist anymore, or even if you just aren't part of the business anymore? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 239 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. First time we've done an annual challenge for business, and I'm having a great time with it. I hope y'all are too. But it's fun and challenging to talk about something, one little thing every day that can help us scale and supersize and move our business ahead. And sometimes the things we talk about, you're like, well, how does this apply? And I think a lot of this month, the whole spiritual aspect of our business is an area that I don't think many people talk about, because it's something that just is not even considered as part of our business. Yet it is a component in our business, and it is a way to gain a competitive advantage and differentiate yourselves in a positive way, because you're making the world a better place. Not all businesses exist to make the world a better place. I know, shocker. Well, today we're looking at, and I want to share a couple of things. Number one, we are on the P of our super framework with respect to a spiritual goal for our business, for our entity. And for a lot of you, you might be like the vast majority of businesses on the planet, never even considered a spiritual component of your business, or much less thought about it and planned for it. So this month is kind of an awakening month for a lot of folks. Some of us have had a life-altering experience that makes it something that we consider, but for the most part, people don't. And I think it's a really powerful way to make your business better, to make your experience for your people that work with you to grow your business better, and just to positively impact the world and make the world a better place. If you don't believe in making the world a better place with your business, you probably should not be listening to me. So today, we're going to talk about the plan your path first, so I don't forget it, because that is step 3 of our super process. Yesterday and the day before, we determined the gap between where we are and where we want to be, right? We talked about specifying our target. What is it that we want to achieve? A spiritual goal by the end of this year. And maybe it's just we want to incorporate and even consider the spiritual aspects and elements of our business. What kind of an impact is our business making? And today's topic is actually spiritual legacy. What kind of a legacy are we leaving? So we're going to ask ourselves questions like, are the things that we are doing and the daily practices we have in our business leading toward that goal of making the world a better place and achieving profitability and all the things that we want for our business? Or are they not? Because believe it or not, there's a lot of things we do in our business that actually make us move backwards, that hold us back, that prevent us from actually serving in the way that we want to serve people. And we think it's in the guise of profitability or doing the right thing. And it turns out it's just the opposite of what we should be doing and could be doing. It's like hanging on to a customer that you know is sucking the life out of your business. How do I come up with this example? Because I actually did that. I held on to a customer for a year of misery and a year beyond what I had already known. We should have cut them loose and let them go. But I was afraid. I was scared. They represented an 80% share of our gross sales. And that was a big, scary move to make. But as soon as we cut them loose and made that, it absolutely overnight changed the culture of our business and the environment of our business and how people felt about coming to work and how they did their jobs and how they performed. And within 3 months, we not only replaced that business, but we nearly doubled it. And so that just goes to show you that sometimes we are holding ourselves back even when we know better. Guess what? Almost always we know exactly what to do. We're just not doing it. So we're going to plan our path. And by that, I mean, just come up with 3 to 5 milestones, 3 to 5 points that you know, or big action items that you know, or little action items that you know you need to do to get from where you are to where you want to be, right? We're just starting to bridge that gap. And the rest of the process is to help us do that, right? First, we identify the gap. Then we say, okay, well, how are we going to fill it? Because it's always easier than we think it's going to be, right? The actual implementation and execution of it might be more challenging, but figuring out what we need to do, like I said, we pretty much always know. It's so close to us, we're not seeing it. All right, so that is our action item. We're going to have 2 today, right? Not sorry. I think we can handle 2 little things today. One is just what are the couple steps we need to take or things we need to consider or look at. Not a big plan, just what are the key things that we want to do. Or guess what? You don't even have to do that. What is the next thing We always just need to know the next thing and take that next step. And as soon as we take it, then the rest of the road, the rest of the path, the rest of the plan unfolds for us. Don't believe me? Just try it out today. See what happens. All right. Our topic today, I guess along that line, I want to share this. This is a little graphic I made to demonstrate for somebody how we think our growth is going to go in our business. And then these are actually kind of representative of different businesses I've personally grown and the path that they actually took. You know, this was probably the most straight line one I've ever had, but it was also one of the last businesses I tried to grow because I'd had all these other experiences first. The ups and downs are real. And if you let every little up and down throw you for a loop or get you upset or anything, it's going to be a struggle. But if you learn that it's just a natural part of the process, some businesses are totally seasonal. And if you expect them to be growing at the rate that they are during the season that they're in their prime, you are going to be sorely disappointed, right? So we have to have expectations of, and realistic expectations of how it's going to go, or we will be disappointed. All right, back to spirituality and our spiritual legacy. That's enough of that today. Our spiritual legacy, it isn't about achieving wealth or profitability or things like that. It's about the impact that we make, the impression that we leave on the planet and with other people. It's about our reputation. A lot of times, I think about this with respect to branding. We have a brand whether we believe it or not. Now, I've never worked on my brand or done anything to brand myself, which is a mistake, but I'll correct it someday. But for right now, it is what it is. But people form opinions about us, and that becomes our brand if we don't create our brand intentionally. The same is true of our legacy. If we don't say, this is what I'm working toward and what I want my legacy to be, it'll just be whatever it is based on our daily actions. This applies to us as individuals as well as our business. So if we want to be a good human, if we want to have a great business, we have to decide that and then take steps to demonstrate that, not in grandiose ways, although that helps too, but every single day in our daily actions, our daily choices, our daily decisions, right? So ask yourself, is my business running in a way, are we running and operating, do our systems and our procedures and our processes support the type of business that we want to be in, the type of legacy and the impression we want to make on the outside world, on our customers, on other people, on the competition. You know, I think we want to beat the competition in ways because we're better and we're making the world a better place, not because we're battling it out on price or any other aspect of competition that we might decide to battle things out on. I don't battle much. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Isn't that what they say? So ask yourself today and share in the comments below, have we ever even considered the legacy that we're leaving as a business? A lot of times businesses start out and it's just because we want to create a way that we can have more freedom and we can be our own boss, things like that. But they usually will morph into something more than just a job replacement. If we're creating something outside of ourselves and bigger than ourselves that we want to have a positive impact on the world, then we will at some point consider our legacy and our spiritual legacy. And there's always a spiritual component to everything, right? Because we are energetic, spiritual beings. Again, whether we believe it or not, it happens to be true. So we can either consider those things and use them in our favor or just go with the wind and whatever happens, happens. I don't recommend that, but you can do it, right? We all can do whatever we want. All right, any questions about this? Hit me up and ask. Of course, we talk about these things in our Supersize Your Business school community. It's free to join. Just put me in the comments below if you would like an invitation to that. Otherwise, go out, make it an amazing day. And you know, of course, I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.